You know, the idea of the love story is something that's been around for a really long time. Ever since storytelling was invented, I guess, we've had these tales of people who fall in or fight for or really just do anything for the sake of this enigmatic idea of love. From your Casablancas to whatever Netflix is putting out this week, almost every movie has some kind of love story element, whether that may be the main focus or just a way to fill time. But of all the movies and all the love stories I've ever seen, which is probably far too many, but that's a different conversation, there's only been one that's really stuck with me as a love story that everyone should experience. I might even say it's the only love story you ever really need to see. And that is the 2009 masterpiece, 500 Days of Summer. 500 Days of Summer follows the story of Tom, who, like many of us, grew up maybe not the best looking, certainly not the most adept with flirting or dating or whatever, and so would find himself living vicariously through these aforementioned love stories. Now, Summer is a girl who's grown up with somewhat of a distaste for the idea of love or just romance in general. If this was any other movie, these two would fall in love, fight about something, break up, find each other again, and live happily ever after knowing they found the one. And this is why I feel 500 Days of Summer is such a great movie, because it takes us on this journey and shows us exactly what all the other movies and books and top 40 songs or whatever get wrong. The idea of the one, or finding the one, I guess, is inherently a pretty selfish way of thinking. It puts a really unfair amount of pressure on the other person to fill whatever emotional shoes you made for them without much say on their part. In the movie, Tom just decides that Summer is the one for him. They like the same music, they like similar movies, everything seems perfect. But, as Tom's little sister states oh so well,
just because some cute girl likes the same bizarro crap you do, that doesn't make her your soulmate, Tom.
But it's this idea that Summer is the one and they're like meant to be together or whatever that follows Tom throughout the whole movie, and it's really the whole reason for all the emotional ups and downs. At the very beginning of their relationship, Summer clearly lets him know that she's not looking for anything serious or long-term or whatever.
Hey, I just want to tell you that, I'm not really looking for anything serious. Is that okay?
Yeah.
But Tom, you see, has already decided that he and Summer are meant to be, and so he transfers this burden onto her shoulders, whether she likes it or not. And so, when Summer doesn't hold up her end of the bargain that she didn't even make in the first place, Tom feels betrayed.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
She never cheated on you.
No, never.
She ever take advantage of you in any way?
No.
And she told you up front that she didn't want a boyfriend.
Yeah.
This feeling of betrayal that Tom feels towards Summer lasts through the end of the movie, where he still feels like Summer did something wrong. And many of us watching the movie might feel the same way. But they were so happy together, they liked the same music, they had so many great times in, I don't know, IKEA or whatever, right? At the very end of the movie, when Summer's explaining to Tom why she married the other guy when she told Tom that she wasn't looking for anything serious, Tom, and many of us, feels that it doesn't make sense or it's somehow unfair.
You never wanted to be anybody's girlfriend and now you're somebody's wife. I don't think I'll ever understand that. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
It just happened.
Right, but that's what I don't understand. What just happened?
I just woke up one day and I knew.
And that feeling a lot of us had watching this movie is, I think, really the whole point. The love story in 500 Days of Summer isn't really between Tom and Summer. It's more to do with us and all the love stories that began and ended in our own lives. All the people we thought were meant for us, or all of the ones that got away somehow. And it's not fair what they did to us. But you know, if you think about it, chances are we might not have been the ones who were being fair in the relationship. We might have put too much pressure on them to conform to whatever our expectation was, whatever label we wanted to put on the relationship instead of what it actually was. Not that you shouldn't have expectations or be looking for anything specific, but 500 Days of Summer serves as a reminder that it isn't really the other person's responsibility to meet whatever expectations we may or may not have. They either do or they don't. And I guess that's the big question that this movie presents to us. Was Tom in love with Summer, or was he just in love with his idea of Summer? Now, the answer to that is pretty obvious by the end, but by extension, if we, like Tom, are more in love with our idea of someone, then we really can't blame anyone but ourselves when they don't meet whatever expectations we put on them.